Good afternoon. My name is Corina Herrera Loera, Public Information Officer for the County of Santa Clara at the Emergency Operations Center. Today we are excited to be talking about the Binational Health Week. We have two amazing guests who will come and tell us a little bit more. I'll go ahead and introduce them and bring them in. We have Ricardo Romero Morales, who is the Binational Health Week coordinator here for our county. And we also have Mike Gonzalez, who is a part of the Santa Clara Family Health Plan and is the director there at the Blanca Alvarado Resource Center. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Corina, and thank you for having us here.
Yes, we're excited. We know that it's October 1st, so we've started the Binational Health Week month. So I am going to start with you, Ricardo. If you can tell us a little bit about the history, how we started, what it is. If you can give us a little bit of information regarding Binational Health Week.
Great, thank you so much. So yeah, Binational Health Week is a health initiative that takes place every month in the month of October. Every year in the month of October, where community partners, government agencies, and volunteers come together to organize events to improve the health and well-being of the Latinx community who live here in Santa Clara County. Now, Binational Health Week actually not only happens here in Santa Clara County, but it actually happens all over the United States, as well as Canada and some parts of Europe. So we have this initiative where we bring resources, health screenings, and a lot of more information and entertainment to the Latinx community. This year here in Santa Clara County, we're celebrating our 17th year of Binational Health Week. Since 2001, here in Santa Clara County, we have been celebrating Binational Health Week. And today we are honored to have Mike Gonzalez, who has also been playing an important role for Binational Health Week. And he has been one of our strongest community partners since the very beginning of Binational Health Week. Isn't that right, Mike?
Yeah, thank you. And you know what? I can't take the credits because of partners like you and a lot of other partners who really kind of kept this spirit alive of Binational Health Week, which is really now it's a month long, right? It used to be a week, but it really allows us to ensure that we put health first, because I think the most marginalized people in our communities, which is including our Latino communities, we get so busy and caught up with our daily lives that we need to focus on our health, because health is everything. So thank you, Ricardo and Corina, for inviting me here today.
That's right. And you made a great point, Mike, which is, sometimes there are barriers to access of health. So in this case, for a Latinx community, sometimes there might be a language barrier. There might be fear of seeking services. So that's why Binational Health Week is so important, especially right now with the pandemic going on. And this year is actually a huge year for us because this is the first year that we're actually coming back after the horrible past couple months, the past 20 months now, almost 2 years that we've been during the COVID-19 pandemic. So we're very, very excited, not only myself, but also our community partners, our volunteers, El Consulado Mexicano, as well here in San Jose, who are helping us organize a series of events throughout the entire month of October.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ricardo and Mike. And like you mentioned, right, this pandemic that we're going through, when our body, our mind, body, and spirit is healthy, it's less likely also to get, along with the vaccines and all the precautions necessary to get some of these diseases that are around still. And so, Ricardo, is there I know that last year there wasn't one in person, but I know, you were very busy doing your best to do something for our community. But do you have any pictures or anything for us from previous events of what that might look like?
Yeah, so we do have a couple pictures that we want to share with the audience today, so they get a better understanding of what Binational Health Week used to look like before the pandemic. So we have our website, which is sccbhw.org, and where people can go and find out and learn more about Binational Health Week. There we also have our calendar of events for the entire month of October. And again, all this information is available in English and Spanish. So for our community, for nuestra comunidad, so they can go and read about it and learn more about Binational Health Week. So in the next slide, we'll see some of the pictures that we have from previous years. Here we can see this was this was our quinceañera. So this was back in 2019. we had a huge event over at the Eastridge Mall here in San Jose, in where we had entertainment. We had Flavio Lacayo from Telemundo 48, who was the host for our event. And we were able to raffle multiple prizes, including memberships to 24-hour fitness, as well as other very, very generous prizes. So this year, we hope to have similar outcome and a similar celebration, because we're not only celebrating 17 years, but we're also celebrating the fact that we're coming back to being in person. The next picture that we'll see is some of the community partners that we have. They host workshops through our community. Here we see a senior center in where they're receiving information about the services that Unlock, who is one of our community partners, offers to them. And then there's also other community partners that offer access to health services. They help people sign up for Medi-Cal or Medicare. So we have a lot of resources that we're able and willing to share with our community, and we're ready to celebrate with them as well. In the next picture, we'll see that we also have been partnering up with the Consulate of Mexico here in San Jose. And every year, we also do a huge press conference that takes place at the Consulado Mexicano. And here we see all of our community partners, as well as our public health officer, La Doctora, the Dr. Sarah Cody, as well as the Consul General of Mexico, who's there. And we get together, we celebrate, we bring the news to the community. We also have health fairs at the Mexican consulate. And it's just a great time to see the community being here and reaching out to them and providing all of these resources that we have for them. In the next picture, we'll see that we do also at the Mexican consulate, we have something called La Ventanilla de Salud, in where we also have health screenings. Here we're seeing some oral or dental screenings that are taking place there. That they still have that even outside of Binational Health Week. La Ventanilla de Salud has been playing an important component of bringing health screening and services to a Latinx community who live here in the county of Santa Clara. In the next picture, we'll see that this year we have our image. So this is the image that we'll be using to promote Binational Health Week. The key component here is that tu salud es nuestra esperanza. Your health is our hope for 2019. And this comes about making sure that people are vaccinated, making sure that people know how to access resources regarding COVID-19, since we have all been facing this pandemic, not only here in the United States, but also across the entire world. So we want to make sure that you know that your health is our hope. We all depend on each other to continue to move forward. So if you do see the flyer or run into a flyer when you're out and about here in Santa Clara County, just know that in the back of that flyer, you will also find a QR code that you can scan, and that will take you to a calendar of events. So in case you run into it and you're like, oh, I wonder where I can get a COVID-19 vaccine or a flu shot or a vision exam, you can just scan that code and you'll find that information there. Now, this year, in the next slide, we'll see that this year we're focusing on COVID-19 prevention and vaccines, as well as access to healthcare, chronic disease, mental health, STDs and HIV, and nutrition. We know that our community has been facing difficult times. We all have been facing difficult times, and we want to make sure that we all have access to healthcare. We want to make sure that we address our mental health, as well as get tested for STDs and HIV, and learn how to eat healthy, learn new techniques, new recipes. As we as Latinos, we like to eat, we like tortillas, we like all these delicious dishes that sometimes we can always benefit from tips here and there or how to improve our nutrition. Now, in the next slide, you will see that we are actually celebrating our Binational Health Week event or month by having a kickoff event in where it will be taking place actually tomorrow, October 2nd. And Mike is actually hosting us over at the Blanca Alvarado Resource Center. So Mike, why don't you tell us a little bit about this event?
Yeah. Thank you, Ricardo. I'm so excited for this event. You mentioned earlier that, after almost, you said 20 months, but really almost 2 years, right? We're coming back. And in some ways, this is our first health event for a lot of us. And, I think what makes this year very special is the fact that it's been a really challenging year. And myself included, we have not really focused on our own health. And so, as a health initiative, the event's really about putting health first. And for those who might lack access to care, this is a place where you can get that care. Culturally competent, friendly, centered care, right, with healing involved in this place. So we want to make sure that people know about it. So first, I want to recognize that this is being held at a new location. People might not know of the Blanca Alvarado Community Resource Center from Santa Clara Family Health Plan. It's a new center. The good thing about this center is that we actually have a beautiful courtyard. And given what's going on with COVID, we really want to maximize our outside space, right? We want to maximize outside. In the previous year, we had it at the mall. And so we're going to bring it to the new Blanca Alvarado Community Resource Center to really allow people to feel safe during COVID and be outside in front of a brand new center and learn about a brand new resource center in East San Jose. And so, like you said, Ricardo, it's tomorrow. So this is really sort of a call of action for everybody who's watching us today. Please join us. Come out, join us. Whether you're insured or underinsured, or really just questioning whether or not you have full access to health, come on down. Santa Clara Family Health Plan is a local health plan, a local non-for-profit community health plan, but we are also partnering with Bay Area Community Health, which is a local F2HC. We're partnering with the Public Health Department. You folks are here, Ricardo. And we're also partnering with other organizations who provide access to care, mental health, and other themes that you mentioned earlier. And so we really want to make sure that people know about that. And so just to really encourage you all to come, you see there Flavio Lacayo, going to be our MC tomorrow. He's going to be really making sure that people who come to the event feel welcomed, right? People feel welcomed. They're going to be entertainment. We're going to have entertainment like we're going to have Colibri, which is Ballet Folklorico, which is a very awesome way to connect to our roots, because in a way, Binational Health Week initially started for Latinos, right? It's a Latino initiative, but we welcome all because we are in East San Jose and we have so many different diverse communities here. But we'll be really bringing entertainment through culture and art. We also have a live musician coming. I'm not sure if you know her. Her name is Angela Tirado. She's the voice of San Jose, and she'll be coming to sing with us. And so there's singing, there's entertainment, we're going to have over 25 different community organizations really sharing their resources to everybody. And more, most importantly, is the resources to health and healthcare access resources. So we're going to be offering flu shots. We're going to be offering free health exams like blood pressure, cholesterol, checking your glucose. We're also offering vision. And for those of you who've been putting out the COVID vaccine, Ricardo and his team are coming. We'll be offering the COVID vaccine all here at the center. So it's a one-stop shop starting at 10 o'clock and going to 3 o'clock tomorrow. So much going on. It's for everybody. This event is for everybody, whether you need healthcare access, whether you need just resources, whether you want to come out and have fun. This is an event for everybody.
That's right. And then something else that you mentioned is the fact that we're going to have Flavio Lacayo there as the MC. But even after that, we have a lot of prizes that we're going to be raffling tomorrow. I know we have some blenders that we're going to be giving away. We also have some backpacks that we'll be giving away. And we're also going to be having some physical activity, right, Mike? I think we're having, what are we having?
Actually, I forgot that. We're actually, so for those of you who live in East San Jose, or I think she's actually pretty popular throughout the entire county. Her name is Rosario, or she goes by Chayo. She does Zumba all around. And so we're going to have a Zumba-thon starting at 9 o'clock in the morning. And then a little before 11, we'll be offering yoga for those who want to sort of center themselves after a fun activity of Zumba. And so that will be offered starting in the morning because we know it gets hot in the afternoon. So we want to start that in the morning.
Great.
That's right.
Welcome.
So I don't want to interrupt you guys. It's a lot of great information, but I do want to invite our audience to put their questions down there in their comments. We have Ricardo and Mike here who will be happy to answer them. We already have a few in there, but and I have one more question for Mike before we continue. But is there anything else you wanted to say? I didn't want to interrupt that.
No, there's a lot happening. I can talk the next few hours about what we're doing.
Well, you know what, Mike? I want you to tell us, because you did mention Blanca Alvarado, and for some of us are like, what is that? Where is that?
Yeah.
You know, I've heard of it. Is it, a school? Or can you tell us what that center is, beyond the Binational Health Week event tomorrow, and you should all go and visit it. But can you tell us what the community can see or feel and hear when they walk in through your center?
Well, first, I want to acknowledge that I'm with Santa Clara Family Health Plan, so we are the local not for profit health plan. A lot of folks might mistake us for another organization, but we are a local health plan. We started in 1997, and our main audience that we support is the Medicare and the Medi-Cal population, right? And so you think about that. If you qualify for Medi-Cal, you're going to be really, really low income, right, for that. But we also are becoming more of a public health and community health organization, so we really care about the health for everybody. And the strategy to really support both Medi-Cal and Medicare, but also our residents in San Jose, we created a community resource center. And we named that center after an honorable person, Blanca Alvarado. For those of you who don't know her, she was our first Latina elected city councilwoman for San Jose, our first supervisor of Santa Clara County, and she worked tirelessly to really increase healthcare access for Latinos and our immigrant community during her time in office. And so we thought it was a great honor and a great legacy to put her name on a building. This center is supposed to advance the health and well-being of everybody living around this area, but also, more importantly, our Medicare and Medi-Cal population. And so this center is a resource center, right? So as a resource center, we want to offer here, we are currently offering some services I'll talk about in a second, but what we want to offer here are resources that will really advance your health and well-being. So that means services, right? You might need services to, say, Medi-Cal or Cover California. And so we're offering that right now, by the way. Anybody out there that needs support on application assistance, which is really complicated, come and see us. We're also going to be offering free wellness classes. So nutrition, cooking, chronic disease management, all that's going to be offering here. And I'm partnering with the public health department for a lot of those programs as well. And we also be offering free physical activity classes. So Rosario, our child, who will be here tomorrow, offering free Zumba during the Binational Health Week kickoff event, she'll be offering programs at the center as well. And so really just know that the center is a place where we want to provide access to resources, because as we could increase access to resources, we can really combat any inequities that there are a lot right now in our community due to COVID. We really want to combat those inequities and lessen the barriers that people have to access services and resources to improve their overall health and well-being. And that's what the Blanca Alvarado Community Resource Center is all about. And that's what I'm managing here in partnership with all of you. I can't do it alone, so I'm doing it with all of you here. That's really what it's all about. And so tomorrow, when you come, you get first-hand glimpse of the center and meet our community health workers. So we actually have bicultural, bilingual community health workers who are in the center to really work with anybody with their needs, whatever needs they might have. So whether it be health or social needs, we're there to help them.
Mike, you said something very important. You said that you're going to be having community health workers who will be bilingual. What languages will be offering at your center?
Yeah, so a big what we understood for this part of town, which is 95127 zip code, it's really big around Vietnamese, Spanish, and Chinese. And so me as a supervisor, as manager of the center, my job is to really make sure that we have culturally competent, and that means also language bias, right? Linguistic needs are met here. So we currently have community health workers who both speak Spanish and Vietnamese. I'm currently in the process of hiring someone who speaks Chinese for our Chinese-speaking population. And of course, English is already offered here. So we're going to be able to offer 4 languages. The other 5th language that's needed in this part of town is Tagalog. Tagalog is another one, and I hope to have that one covered. But for now, anybody out there who has Spanish-speaking or Vietnamese needs, please know that we have qualified staff in our center to help you today.
That's awesome. Thank you, Mike.
Yes, thank you. And thank you for partnering with the Public Health Department to bring the Binational Health Week and have an amazing event there. So I'm going to go to a couple of the questions that we have, if you're okay with that. We do have Simon here, and I know we weren't very clear. We have an every other community forum where we focus on COVID-19 and vaccines and new updates. So today's a little different. It's on a Friday. We're starting the Binational Health Week. Yeah. So just letting our community know we're here to answer those questions. I know there was a announcement that came out from the governor today, and so there are some questions about that, but no community that will come back. We'll come back to help answer some of those questions specific to some of the announcements that came out from the governor regarding schools. So we want to make sure that we have the information correctly, that we have Santa Clara County Office of Education staff also available to answer some of those questions in regards to our schools, because I know it was related to our schools. So I just want to let you know, we're not ignoring you. We just want to make sure that we have the correct answers for you. And we have Brenda Flores Gorbea, who says, where can we get more information and get involved? So we always love leaders and volunteers, right? So Ricardo, Mike, how can Brenda get involved?
Yeah, if you want to help out for Binational Health Week, you can go to our website, which is sccbhw.org, and where you'll find all the information regarding Binational Health Week. My contact information is also there. Feel free to shoot me an email or give me a call, and then I'll be more than happy to get your information and provide you with more information regarding volunteer opportunities. And Mike, do you have any volunteer opportunities for your center?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that our center is in addition to launching off the work of the center, this event is sort of showcasing the center for the first time to the public. We are going to be doing monthly health events, so November, December, and moving forward. So if anyone out there is seeking to get involved in support of community health and addressing just the needs of our community, please know that you can reach out to us. You can reach us out checking out our social media, our Facebook and our Instagram. It's very simple. It's just crc.scfhp, and you can find us. So it's basically CRC stands for Community Resource Center Santa Clara Family Health Plan, and you can find us on Facebook or the Instagram page, and there you can just send me a message, and I'd love to partner with anybody who wants to volunteer with us.
Okay, we're going to do our best to capture them on the banner so people can take them down. Ricardo, did we get that correctly? sccbhw.org?
That's right. So if you have a hard time remembering, just think Santa Clara County Binational Health Week. So just the initials, sccbhw.org.
Perfect. And Mike, can you repeat that again, but a little slower to make sure that we capture it?
Sure. I would say anyone looking for our social media hashtag handles it's crc.scfhp, and put that into any Facebook, Instagram, you'll find us right away.
So crc.scfhp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hashtag, right? Love it.
You can find us, yeah. I know there's probably like a direct website, which might be a lot longer.
Is that it? Okay.
Correct.
So you can find Mike through crc.scfhp hashtag, and then Ricardo, you can connect with him through www.sccbhw.org. Thank you, Brenda, for asking that question and being involved. It takes all of us to make these events happen, right, and involve our community and get the word out. So thank you for also being here with us today. Okay, so any other questions from our community regarding Binational Health Week? We have Ricardo here, we have Mike here, who are willing to answer any questions regarding these events. Look out. Ricardo, I love the flyer, and the theme for this year, so beautiful. Tu salud es nuestra esperanza, right? Your health,
is our hope.
So I want one. I mean, the art there, I want it for my wall. I mean, it's so beautiful, and also the message. And so make sure to look out for that. Make sure to look out for that link that he talked about for the other events coming up this month, right? Ricardo, we're going to have several events throughout the month of October.
That's right. So like I was mentioning earlier, Binational Health Week, it's not only a week here in Santa Clara County. We actually have partnered up with more than 40 different community agencies, and each of those agencies have developed their own events as well to celebrate Binational Health Week. And on the back of the flyer, there is a QR code that will take you to the calendar of events. And then you will also see some of the logos of our community partners right there. So we have the Public Health Department, we have BHP, Valley Health Plan, Telemundo 48, and many other community partners that have been working with us for the past years. And Mike, so you've been with Binational Health Week for a long time now. So tell us a little bit about your experience and what have you seen over the years?
Yeah, so Binational has grown a lot. I mean, I'm trying to think back the year I started. I moved out here after college, so I think it was like 2008 when I started Binational Health Week, when I started to participate. And back then, I worked with Maritza Rodriguez, who's also a colleague of yours. But it has grown a lot. I think Binational has grown strong, meaning there's a lot of power behind it. I think it symbolizes that we have to unite for the better of the entire community, and that's what I see here, and that's why I'm so committed too, because I feel that, and to Cornelia's part, it takes a village, right? The saying takes a village to do this work, and so I'm very committed because I believe in the work, and what makes me sort of committed and passionate is the fact that I see other partners as passionate as I am, and it's sort of just infectious, right? we all kind of want to do it because we all are dedicated to the health and well-being of our community. So I've been doing this, I guess, 14, 15 years, maybe not since the beginning, but long enough to see the evolution of this initiative, which has grown to becoming really, really strong. And I think we have a lot of great organizations backing it. Not only is the Consulate of Mexico, but you have Telemundo, who's just really owning this with us. You have the Heart Association, right? I mean, you have Bach. We have so many strong partners who really, there's multiple legs on this. So in case one of us were to ever exit, it's so strong, we'll just keep moving forward. So I love it.
Beautiful. Thank you. So we do have a few other questions that came in. One of them is from Barbara Estrada. Any event to celebrate in Gilroy or Morgan Hill that any of you know about, Ricardo, that you know about?
At this point, we haven't had anybody from South County events planned for this month, but we're sure that we're going to be having a virtual event in where people can connect to them and also learn the information that we're providing to South County folks and any other communities around here, around Santa Clara County. Now, Binational Health Week not only happens here in Santa Clara County, but also happens in Monterey County, San Benito County, and the Mexican Consulate is actually very connected into all the other counties, and they also support the other Binational Health Week efforts.
Great, thank you. And I think there's also a question about flu shots. Is there going to be any flu shots at tomorrow's events? Do you know?
That's a great question. So yes, we actually, thanks to Bay Area Community Health, we're going to be having flu shots available tomorrow at event, which is again happening tomorrow at 408 North Capitol Avenue here in San Jose. The Blanca Alvarado Resource Center. That is our kickoff event, and we'll be having flu shots, COVID-19 vaccines. So even if at this point, if you qualify to get your booster shot, you could also get your booster shot there.
Great. And then we're going to go ahead and end off with an amazing comment. Thank you, Lidia Valencia, for joining us. And she says, thank you for the amazing work you are doing for the community. Yes, thank you so much, Ricardo and Mike, for all that you do. As we mentioned earlier, we're all needed at the front lines, especially through this time that's been, more tough than usual for many of us and our families in our East Side community, especially. So hopefully we get to see you tomorrow at the event. If you can please, Ricardo, restate the time that the event will happen tomorrow and where.
That's right. So tomorrow we're waiting for you. We'll be there. We'll be located at 408 North Capitol Avenue in San Jose at the Resource Center, Blanca Alvarado, and it will be from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So we'll see you there.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Ricardo.
Thank you for inviting me.
Sure.
See you all tomorrow.
All right. See you tomorrow. Have a good evening.